Alright, so this one's a little weird, but it freaked me out so much that I have to share it with you. So, a few months ago, I moved into this apartment that I found online. It was cheap, in a decent neighborhood, and honestly, I didn't think too much about it at first. You know, the type of nothing fancy, but not bad either. One of those good enough places to crash for a while. Anyway, the apartment was kind of old, but not the charming kind of old, like the kind where you know there's something off about it. The floors creaked, the walls were kind of thin, and the lights would flicker every so often, the usual stuff that gets your mind racing a little. So there was this one thing in the apartment that I couldn't shake. It was a mirror. A really big one hanging in the hallway between the living room and my bedroom. I don't know why I didn't take it down sooner. It was one of those antique-looking mirrors, gold-framed, all ornate and weirdly beautiful. But also kind of unsettling, right? I don't know. I could never look into it for too long without getting this weird feeling like something wasn't right. At first, I thought it was just my imagination, but then I started noticing these strange little things. Like, I'd walk past the mirror, and I could swear that my reflection wasn't quite right. Not all the time, just sometimes. You know when you think you see something out of the corner of your eye, but when you turn to look, it's gone? Yeah, that's how it felt. And then, one night, I got home late from work, and I was super tired. I didn't even bother turning on the lights, just walked straight past the mirror into my bedroom. But as I passed by it, I heard a soft sound, almost like a whisper. No joke, I stopped dead in my tracks. I turned around, expecting someone to be standing there, but the hallway was empty. The mirror was reflecting the empty space behind me, but something about it didn't look right. I can't explain it. It was like the reflection was darker than usual, like it was absorbing the light. I laughed it off, told myself I was being dramatic, but the next night it happened again. I was about to crawl into bed when I heard it. This time, it was clearer. A soft voice, barely audible, coming from the mirror. I couldn't make out the words, but it sounded almost like it was calling me. I swear, I froze. I wanted to go look at it, but part of me didn't want to. Something inside me told me that whatever was in that mirror didn't want me to look too closely. The next day, I decided to take the mirror down. I figured if I just removed it, maybe whatever was going on would stop. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling kinda freaked out. But when I tried to take it off the wall, it wouldn't budge. The damn thing was stuck. I even tried pulling it a little harder, but it wouldn't move. It was like it was glued to the wall or something. And that's when things got even weirder. Later that night, I woke up to the sound of someone whispering. It wasn't loud, just this low, continuous hum. Like someone was murmuring in another room, but I knew no one else was there. I didn't even have roommates, and the apartment was completely silent, except for this whispering. I tried to ignore it, tried to go back to sleep, but the whispering grew louder. It was like it was coming from inside the mirror. I got up, walked out into the hallway, and stood there staring at it. And that's when it happened. I saw a figure. It wasn't Menno, it wasn't my reflection at all. It was a man standing in the mirror, but his face was wrong. His features were all blurry, like a bad television signal. and there was this dark, swirling fog around him. He didn't say anything. He just stared at me with these dark, hollow eyes. I don't even know how long I stood there. It felt like forever. Finally, I snapped out of it and ran back to my room, slamming the door behind me. I didn't sleep at all that night. The whispering continued, louder now, like it was getting desperate. And I swear to you, every time I looked at the mirror, that figure was there just standing, waiting. I don't know how I lasted as long as I did, but the next morning I had enough. I grabbed whatever I could, threw it into my car, and got the hell out of there. I left the apartment, but every now and then I'll catch myself looking at mirrors, expecting to see that figure staring back at me. The weirdest part, I don't know if I'll ever feel safe around mirrors again. I just have this feeling that whatever was in that one, it's still out there, watching. So, yeah. Next time you come across an old mirror, maybe think twice before hanging it up. You never know what might be lurking behind the glass.